our next speaker is Anirban Bandyopadhyay. You are here?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. I hear you. And Professor Anirban Bandyopadhyay, we missed you. He missed the ticket. He bought ticket from Delhi to Samarkand and Samarkand to Delhi, and he missed the ticket. And he is traveling from Japan. He worked in Japan, NIMS research professors, and he is a very famous professor, Anirban Bandyopadhyay, and he is a steering committee member of this conference, and he initiated this two-person, Anirban Bandyopadhyay.
Actually, he initiated, he and me, this conference, the series, both this conference series, and it is also registered in Neil Institute.
Yeah. Your institute in NIMS, I think. And also, we'll be planning for TCC next year in Samarkand in a very big way. We will be talking to you. So thank you so much. You are waiting. And also, I think there is a Professor Washini Kumar in quantum security. He will be also joining after you. So we will be a bit late, and also session chair, technical session chair is also there from Australia. So please join, and a bit brief, that will be fine. Thank you so much. And we are very happy to see you after so many years. We are looking for you here, and we are so missed you. Thank you, Professor Anirban Bandyopadhyay. Please.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you loud and clear. And thank you for your introduction. This is very unfortunate. I came all the way from Japan to Delhi, and after that, I got stuck into Delhi traffic, and unfortunately, I missed the flight. And I'm getting notification continuously that now my flight is after a few hours from Samarkand. So my flight ticket was booked and everything was ready. So anyway, so let's get into this talk. So title of my talk is Towards the Age of Self-Operating Machines-Based Medical Science. And I'm from National Institute for Material Science, Japan. And for the last 5,000 years, medical science has evolved very uniquely. So first, it was the era of Ayurvedic medications. It was there all over the world. So the actual molecule that we need to treat a disease was actually captured in a supramolecular complex in the plants. And we used to take that, those juice or leaves or extracts from the plant, and we used to treat ourselves. And then 15th century, when Europeans went out to all over the world, and then they got access to those different kind of tricks of water, tricks of vapor, tricks of oil, and tricks of many different kind of plant extracts. Then the molecular revolution started. And what happened was a very, very unique thing in the history of mankind. And for the last 300 years, we got drugs that are single molecules. So from the complex, single molecules are extracted, and by repeated study trials, we used to invent new molecules to treat diseases very fast, very, very fast. Now we need another medical revolution. And what is that? Is we talk to the intelligence. We do not intoxicate or toxicate the cells. We understand the cellular intelligence, and by understanding the intelligence, we try to modify and hijack the intelligence, and that's how we want to treat. So we want to redefine. This is the third phase of human civilization, where we can use tiny nanobots and their supramolecular complex to go inside the body by themselves and do wonderful things. These are a couple of works that I have presented in front of you, which have done by others. So you send microbot swarms in the body and hijack the intelligence. So it is coming up in a big way. And we have been working on the same system for the last 16, 17 years. And please remember that when you try to build up a new concept in medical science, it takes nearly 15 to 20 years at least. So I will take you to the history. So basically, we look into our body and we try to understand the intelligent architecture of the body, and accordingly we will design our drug. So if you go to the molecules, you will find picosecond something is happening, and then you go to the complexes, you find microseconds, then cellular level, you see milliseconds, then organs of the order of seconds, and whole organisms works for hours and days and years. So let's see a video, and this is, if you hear the sound, it is a tick 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 sound at the firing of the nerves in a culture plate. And if you go inside the nerve, you can find proteins, and they have a helical structures, and solitons move in dual part in helical chains to do the information processing. And from there, what we did is we created a coaxial probe to study the signal of a single protein and protein complexes, to understand that the frequency and the intensity follows a very particular triplet of triplet. What is triplet of triplet? Triplet means 3, 1, 2, 3 different bands. And inside one band, we have 3 different bands. So frequencies have a beautiful phase relationship, and that can be the fundamental language of the biological system. Then we come to the understanding. So in 1907, Lapix from France basically said that neuron skin is operating, and that is the foundation of artificial intelligence today. And it talks about an idea that neuron is something like a switch or some pattern or some transistor like thing. But we did the experiment in 2016. We started publishing from 2016 that microtubules, the nanowires inside the neuron, they actually hold the power. So it is not millisecond time scale. We need to go to microsecond. We need to go to nanosecond. We need to go to picosecond. So we need to go faster and faster and faster to understand a hierarchy of network of clocks. And that is where the intelligence of the biological system is located. So when I design the machines, I have to keep that in mind. So here is a microtubular structures of the nanowire, and it has a water channel inside, then the protein, and then ions. And bottom right, you can see the quantum tunneling images. And quantum tunneling image actually shows us how different proteins communicate with each other inside. So blindly believing that 0101 based beat kind of switches are the biological intelligence is fundamentally flawed. There are many time domain where the intelligent information processing happens. And if we want to create a futuristic drug, futuristic healthcare system, which is the main objective of this conference, if we want to do that, if we want to revolutionize the whole thing, we need to make a holistic approach. And how can we do the holistic thing? Shall we go back to the era of Ayurvedic drugs or the plant-based drugs that were there all over the world? No. Rather, we have come a long way to understand the molecular intelligence. Why don't we go to the atomic scale and redesign from bottom to the top? So what we did is in 2008, we first published a nano brain. The BBC called it nano brain. So here, this is a real-time simulation of the molecular machines, motors, controlling system. And all around, there will be molecular motors. So basically what you do, if you put 16 molecules in a line, then you can send only one signal, one instruction, just like a computer. But biological system is not a computer. They have one-to-many, many-to-one communication. But we realized it for the first time in the world in 2008. And we built this kind of molecular vibration-based emergence of intelligence. And there are many versions we created, and many different kind of combinations of these 17 molecules. And we went ahead in understanding how 4.3 million decisions could be generated from a set of few molecules. If we have one-to-many, many-to-one, the central molecule can talk to 16 molecules, and 16 molecule can talk to the central molecule. So this is the quantum tunneling image. of those real, because we created it in real time experimentally, and these are the different decisions that are being created on the ring of this molecular system. So coming back to then, what is the intelligence of the system? You can see the brain cell and the whole universe look like a neural network. So is it that the whole universe is part of a big living body that uses gravity and supergravity and other kind of systems? So life inside the life inside the life inside the life, or it could be decision inside a decision inside a decision inside a decision. So how do we go from there? So we conceived an intelligent machine which is something like this. This picture, this video is very favorite to me, because if you are aware about the emergence of artificial intelligence in the 1990s, you know, RNA network and other things that evolved. So I took the three-dimensional orientation of RNA network that came in the 1990s and blended with the molecular electronics and molecular dynamics at the atomic scale with the density functional theory and others, and build this. So you see the tensors, you are looking at it, they always blink and they are giving. So it's a hybrid conceptual video. And then this was the first and the most primitive machine that we created. So one unique thing about our system is that we have sensor, we have actuators, we have decision makers, we have molecular motors, everything connected there. And we started understanding how to create this super intelligent system that can go inside a body, understand the intelligence of the living system, and then treat it. So we wanted to change. But if you see the normal drugs that you have, for an example, aspirin that can save your life, or paracetamol, or whatever the minimum common drug that you get, it's a small tiny molecules. But for us, it is 55,000 atoms or 40,000 atoms. It's a massive complex structures. So what we do is kind of a nano submarine. So what is nano submarine? In 1966, there was a Hollywood movie, and that movie, a politician goes to coma, and a submarine the technology is something like that. Submarine is made very small and sent to the blood vessel. It goes to the brain, does the surgery, and comes back. So based on that science fiction story, we started building it, and we started publishing many different kind of this. This is the actual molecular structure that we created in 2008, 2009. So it has the switch and NIR 797 pH sensors and molecular rotors that rotate all around. And this is the graphics video where the structure is there, and you have from the signal, from the noise that is coming from outside, molecular motors takes those noise. It sends sensors is sensing where is the pH level is low, so that it will go over there, or sends electromagnetic bursts. You can find the videos. Electromagnetic burst is generated, and that goes out and it detects the membrane of a cancer cell. So many things happen. And in the medium, you can see that CWS, combined excitation emission spectra, where you can check which orbital to which orbital. Can you imagine? We are going in a single molecule that is few nanometer wide, and inside that, how different functional group are talking to each other to make a intelligent decision. We are retrieving that in a live. So at a different temperature, we could see that you can see 5 Kelvin molecular motor is not working that much, but the motor works as soon as we go to 290 K, and it rotates. These are the quantum tunneling imaging. So we did animal studies to check the toxicity, and this is cancer cells. And as soon as we added the PCMS, within 12 or 15 minutes, you can see the chromatins inside the nucleus starts in a Cladini pattern, and soon they will disintegrate and get destroyed. And if you do the same, and this happens in picomolar or that kind of density, and they all die. So, but normal cells, nothing happens. So we wanted to understand the intelligence of this system, and understanding intelligence was very much necessary. So we created the grid, like the complex pathway where the PCMS had to solve. And this is the video where you can so this is a video where you can see that PCMS is a green color and it goes to the zigzag path to find out the shortest route to go to the cancer cell. But if there is a normal cell, the PCMS top left corner, normal cell will never go there. And we wanted to understand how PCMS is so intelligent to find a path. So what we did, we disrupted the communication with electromagnetic field and we could stop that. So then we started into hardcore biological studies. So we found that there is a ring formation when PCMS enters into the cell. They create a ring all around the nucleus. So you can see here intramolecular superintelligence. So nucleus membrane, cell membrane, inside that a virtual perinuclear site is created, and they remain independent, and they confuse the communication between two membrane totally physically with any chemical intervention. It kills destroys the cancer cell. So for the first time, we destroy the fundamental definition of medical science, where if you have little fever, you take 250 milligram of paracetamol. If you have little more, you take 500 milligram. If you have more, you take 600 milligram. And if you are very adult, then you can take 2 in the day. So that means 1 gram. But so what is the philosophy of medicine? Philosophy is more disease, more is the symptoms, the severity of the symptoms, you increase the amount of drug. But here we change the concept forever. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what age you are, we give a particular molar concentration. So instead of linear increase, it's a Gaussian dose. So less than nanomolar density it works best at picomolar to femtomolar. So you can understand it's a fraction, only 350 molecules are needed of PCMS to kill the system. And it doesn't matter what is your age or something, because we talk to the intelligence. We don't go and abruptly intoxicate your system and kill them. So we went on studying the flow cytometry to understand what is the kind of poisons over there. And you can see in the top left corner that as the time passes by, you can see that at a particular concentration that is around picomolar or something, after certain time it decreases, it gets killed. But if it's layer lower than automolar, then it doesn't. So it is not homeopathy. It's very, 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 very low, but it's a lower than a certain density. You don't see it. You don't see that it is affecting anything. So this dose curve.
Professor Bandyopadhyay,
Huh.
if you can make it a bit shorter, because another speaker and our technical session already 30 minutes later, we will have your speech maybe
Okay.
maybe in
So the
a
last thing that I
bigger.
would like to, I understood. It's,
Sorry,
so
sorry. Yeah.
one short word would be enough.
But it is a very fascinating. I wanted to listen.
Please,
Actually,
let me finish.
it's very
Let me-
fascinating. Very
Let
fascinating.
me finish. So 14 different kind of cancer cells we tested, and we try to find out, because the biggest problem in cancer research is that where the cancer cell originates and travels to different organs, mutate in different organs, and learn. For an example, it originates in stomach, then it goes to liver, it goes to your neck, then it has the ability to mutate in 2 different organs. So that makes it very, very dangerous. That's why for the last 70 years, we could not solve the cancer problem. But here you can see with this structure that 14 different kinds of cancer cells we took, and with their classifications, we could kill them, all of them. So a collective intelligence, whatever be your origin, it doesn't matter. And then finally, we checked the expression of genes, and we found that even for the stem cells, there is null or zero effect. So thank you very much for your time.
Again, Professor Anirban Bandyopadhyay, it is a very, if you give time, we will be making it a big with the medical university and others, and it's really amazing. I learned a lot, and I have very much interest on this also. You have very interesting topic that medicine will be changed. It is also in a paradigm shift. Is it? My question is okay that it is a paradigm shift in the medicine. Hello, Professor Bandyopadhyay.
Oh, yes.
Is it a
Yes,
change
yes.
of the,
Nanobots,
yes, system
there are
of,
many people all over the world are trying to build nanobots and then the intelligent systems to interact and and build much more super intelligent versions. Definitely in future we can talk.
yeah,
Okay, thank you
this
very
is a
much.
new
Thank you.
shift of medicine, is it? Or not medicine, healthcare, is it true? Is it what I understand?
Yes, yes. So it is not toxin. So we are not using any drug to kill the cells abruptly. So we are trying to hijack the intelligence and then treat it in the way it is.
Okay, fantastic. It's a fascinating. It's a really fascinating. We'll work on it if you give time. Thank you so much. We are not able